Do subscribe our Technoguru class channel and please don't forget to press that bell icon to receive further updates.
Hey, hi friends, this is Ritesh here. Welcome to our Technoguru class and to the Python for Beginners series. Okay, here in this tutorial, I'll tell you about range functions. Okay, so range is something new for you if you are into Pythons. I mean, because in Java or C++ you might have not got this kind of function, but in Python you'll get something interesting as called range. Okay, so range is like a predefined function. With the help of that you can set some range of values. So let's say I have a range function. There are a set of parameters you can pass. If you're just defining, okay, like there are three kind of there are three syntax to use range function. If you are using range with a single value, that will be the range, and you can say end value. Okay, you can use range with a single value. You can use range with a double value, that will be start and stop. Even you can use range with three values, that will be start, stop, and one will be step. Step means how much you want to increment. Okay, be one, two, that way. So I'll just show you some examples over here. Now what is basically range used for? Okay, a range specifies some range of value. Okay, so let's say if I write a if I take a variable called a. Now I want to store some range of value in that. Okay, let's say range, I'll write a single value over here, let's say 10. Okay, now if I press enter, I'll show you some drawbacks are over here. If I just press enter and if I try to display a, you'll see something like this: range 0 comma 10. Okay, now it is a 0 means by default it will start from 0 that way. Okay, if you're not specifying anything, that will take 0. And range 10. Okay, I'll tell you something behind this. The end value is not this what you're watching over here. Okay, uh, basically, yeah, the confusion is this a could be anything. It could be a tuple, it could be a list. Okay, so you have to define over here. Okay, so what kind of range list you want. Okay, so let's say sequence you want. So let's say I write list. Okay, list is a function I already introduced you in my previous tutorial. So a equal to list. Let's say I want a list for a range of, let's say, 10. Okay, this is the end value. If I press enter and if I try to display a, I can see it get a initial value is 0, and here you can see the twist. Here it will just show you till 9. Okay, whatever endpoint you are defining over here, it will take one less than that. Okay, so that is the concept. Even you can take this thing in tuple. So you have to create a tuple function. Define a tuple function over here, and same range 10. Difference you'll understand. Previously I took a list function, that's why I got a list. Here you're taking tuple function, so you're getting a tuple. Okay, so that's the way it works. Okay, now I'll show you something interesting over here. Now let's say a list of, I'll define range over here, whatever range I want. Let's say I want from 10 to, let's say, 21. That means I want to take from 10 to 20. Correct? So if I try to display, you can see 10 to 20. This was something interesting. Now I'll show you something more over here. I told you about three parameters. Okay, so let's say I want to take some values from 1 to 20. Okay, but those next value should be incremented by 2. Okay, so it starts from 2 and is incrementing by, oh sorry, it starts from 1 and increments by 2. That means it is going to take all odd numbers, right? It will be 1, 3, 5, that way. If you want even, you can start with 2, isn't it? You just have to mention 2, but I'll take 1 now. And let me tell you, by default this here the step value is increment by 1. Guys, point to be noted, it's increment by 1. Okay, so if I just press enter over here, you can see if I display a, here all the values you can see. This was something for, with three parameters. Okay, now if you want to store a negative value in this, you can even store that. So let's say list of, let's say, range. I'll define function over here. Let's say I want to start some values from 20 and it should go till, let's say, 1. And what if I don't put anything over here? Okay, I mean, like, I'll just keep two parameters. What do you think? What you'll get over here? Let's say I'll show you. If I press enter and if I display A, you can see there is nothing, guys. This is something quite noticing. You can see 20 and it will go till 1, and you're not defining the third value. That means it is incrementing by 1. Okay, so after 20 it will go to, I mean, it's incrementing, but basically it should be decremented, isn't it? So that's the reason at the negative point of time it will give you this kind of problems. So avoid. Now what you can do is you want to decrement this by 1 or 2, whatever. Okay. So I'll write decrement by 1, and if you try to display this A, now you can see what you want is. Okay. Even if you want, like, you want to decrement this by 2, you can do that also. Just have to define 2 over here and press enter and display A. You can see it's decremented by 2. So this was something about range. Okay, so once you know this, I'll tell you now about functions in my next video. Thank you for watching this.